Welcome to this playthrough video of Temple Town, a game designed by Phalgun. Many of you know Phalgun from Dice Tower Labs, so it doesn't need any further introduction. But what I'm going to talk to you today is about the game that he designed called Temple Town. This is a multiplayer roll and write game in which you are responsible for overseeing the temple and the ecosystem around it, which is attracting a lot of visitors. It's your job to ensure that the number of visitors that are coming in are catered to very well in order to increase the prosperity of the town. Let's look at the components first. Each player gets their own player sheet. So the player sheet is something like this. You have a temple, which is drawn out here already. You have a compound, so a dark dotted line around it, which is the compound, and then you have the area outside the compound. Now this is already marked, and the other side you have the turn counter. Now the turn counter, you have 10 turns per age. At the end of each age, you score that particular age, and we'll talk about how the scoring works. And then there are 4 different ages that you need to play through for this game. Besides that, you get what are called age cards. So these age cards have different numbers on them. These are the number of visitors that would come to the town. You also have player bonus cards, which are in the form of dice. So these are different numbers, and we'll show you how to set this up as well. You need to have pencils to write with on your player mat, and then you have 2 dice. Now we're playing the advanced version of this game. There's a basic variant as well, which only requires 1 die. In the advanced version, you require as many dice as you have players. So I'm going to be playing with my son. That's why we require 2 dice.
Hi guys.
Something else that comes with the game is a scoring sheet and a reference sheet. So now you draw, in a sense, you draw different aspects or different buildings within your player mat. One of them is a shop. In order to draw a shop, you require 2 wood items, and you draw them with diagonal lines on one specific tile. You also then can build stone workshops. Now stone workshops are built by 2 orthogonal lines, wood lines, and 2 stones. You need 1 stone to start working on a statue and another stone to complete the statue. You also have stone tiles that you build. You can also then build a water tank, which is a collection of 12 stone tiles spread across 16 tile areas. You can build a tree, which does not cost any wood or stone, and then you can build a small temple. Now each of these have different ways in which they are scored and different ways in which they increase the prosperity of your town. Now if I just zoom in on the shop gives you 1 prosperity at the end of the game, whereas the stone workshops gives you prosperity points per statue that you have. So if you have only 1 statue, you get 4 points. If you have 2 statues, you get 8 points, and so on and so forth. This is a way to draw a small temple. You require 3 stones to build a small temple. And similarly, you have points for the stone tile, the water tank, the tree, and the small temple. Now one thing that you may ask is, how do you get stone and wood? And if you roll any odd number would be a wood, and an even number would be stone. So these are the resources that you can use to draw. Now for the setup, each player gets a pencil and a player mat, and then what we need to do is we need to shuffle the player bonus cards. I'll ask my son to choose 1 number, and then I choose another number. I think I can show that to you. So that's my card. So I get a 5 and he has a 6. So what that means is that anytime I pick a 5, I get 2 resources, and 5 being an odd number, I get 2 wood resources. My son has 6, which is an even number, but every time he gets a 6 on the die, he would get 2 stone
resources.
2 stone resources. Well done. Now we also have 6 age cards. So what we're going to do is we're going to randomly select 4 age cards and keep them, line them up in a particular order and keep them face down. So 4. So let's begin turn 1. So it's a 3 and a 1, and because this is the advanced version, my son will decide to draft one of the die. He takes a 1, and for 1 being an odd number, he has a wood resource that he's got in this turn. So with wood, he can typically build outside the temple compound. That's 1. I'll take the 3 and I also get a wood. I'll also do the same. I'll start building a stone workshop. So that's 3. We need to mark 1 number on the turn counter. So this time it's 1 and a 2. I'm going to go first. I'm going to go with the 1. That's another wood resource, and complete the 2 required wood resources for the stone workshop. My son gets a 2. Looks like he's building the outer perimeter of the temple. So this is a small temple. What a small temple does is it gets you 3 times the number of visitors. It requires 3 stones and it will give you 3 prosperity points at the end. Seems like a good move. We forgot to mark off turn counter number 2. That's a 2 and a 2. Doesn't matter which 2 he takes. So he's going to go for stone. What I'll do is I'll start a normal stone tile with the 2 that I have. Just going to shade one part of that tile. A stone tile, what it does is it just increases the number of visitors by 1 time and doesn't give any prosperity points at the end. That's turn 3. This is turn 4. I'm going to go first. I will go with a stone to kind of try and complete the stone statue. So the even number 2. I begin completing this. Son has a 3. That's wood. He has done the wooden part of his stone workshop. We're done with turn 4. And it's a 6 and a 5. That's interesting because he gets bonus points for the 6 card and I get bonus points for the 5 card. We're done with 5 turns at this stage, moving very quickly. 6 and a 3. I'm going to take the 6 for the stone so that my son doesn't get it as well. I'm going to complete 1 stone statue. Son decides to build 1 shop. So he's got 1 for the shop. We are at
7th turn.
Oh, those are 2 6s.
I'm gonna take 1 6 because they don't.
But my son tries and completes that. I get a 6, it's a stone. So I'll fill up a stone statue. He's also going to complete his small temple. That's turn 7. I roll turn 8, a 5 and a 3. I'll take the 5 for 2 wood. Son completes the stone. I think I'll build a shop as well. So that's 1, 2. So I have 1 shop, son has 1 shop. We both have 1 stone statue. That's turn 8. Turn 9, 1 and 5.
I'm taking 5. I think I'm gonna make another shop.
I'm not going to take the number 1. I'm going to go for the tree. A tree does not require any resources. It increases the number of visitors by 2. So I'm just going to plant a tree somewhere in the corner there in my fancy drawing. We're done with turn 9. And now it's turn 10. Turn 10 means we'll complete the age. The first stage will now be completed. It's a 6 and a 2. I pick the 6, which gives me a stone. I will use that stone to try and complete the stone statue. My son also completes the stone statue. So what we do now is we cross off turn 10. we reveal the first estimated visitor age. So this is 10 visitors. Now 10 visitors and we have to use the multipliers. For Sun's multiplier, he'll get 2 times 10, which is 20 for the small temple. So he has a total of 20 visitors that have come to his temple town. And what he then needs to look at is how many stone statues he has. So he's got 2 stone statues. Each stone statue can cater to 10 visitors. So he now needs to cross out the 2 stone statues because they've been of use and they cannot be used for any other ages. And he gets 8 points.
So I'm gonna put 8 points.
Okay, so with the scoring, because the number of visitors were 20, which is equal to the number of statues that he had, nobody went to the shop. So the shop, unfortunately, has to be closed down and will not be available in the future. So he'll have to mark the shop as it's closed in a different manner. While he does that, we will look at what I got. So I had 10 visitors, the estimated number of visitors. The tree gives me twice the number of visitors and the stone tile gives me 1 time. So that's a total of 3 times 10, which is 30 number of visitors. I'm going to look at my stone statues. I have 1, 2. Those are 2 stone statues, which means I get 8 prosperity points. I also have the shop, which can cater to another 10 visitors. So the shops were visited. That means that this shop remains in the game for the future. Those are my 8 prosperity points, and then we begin round 2. Takes a 6, potentially 2 stone resources. So he's going to build stone tile, but he's got 2 of them, so he needs to, okay, he's going to do 2. I have the 3, which is an odd number, so wood. Probably look at the start of another stone workshop. So that's 1. Cross off turn 11. It's a 6 and a 1. I'll take a 6 for a stone. Try build a workshop. Sun has 1. That means he's got a wood resource. He's gonna complete his shop. That's turn 12. Six and 3.
I'm taking 6.
While he does that, I have a 3, which is wood. I'm going to just complete the stone workshop for the time being, and that's turn 13. We got a 6 and a 4. I'm going to go with the 6. I've got 2 stones, so I'm going to I just get 1 stone. I'm going to complete 1 statues.
I'm gonna take the 4 and I'm gonna continue my stone tiles.
That's round 14. Round 15.
I'm gonna take a 5. I think I'm gonna make another stone workshop. There we go.
So I get the 2. That gives me an even number stone. I'll try completing one of these.
That's round 15.
So my turn, I would go for stone. So I'm going to take the 2, go for stone. And this time around, I'm going to build another stone tile.
Okay, then I'll take the 5. I'm gonna finish this.
And that's turn 16. 2 6s.
I'm gonna take those 6s, one of those, and I'm gonna do a workshop.
It's completed a stone statue. I've done the same with the 6 that I've rolled.
And that's round 17.
So 6 and 5, this is interesting. I'm going to take the 6 and I'm going to go with a 1 stone statue.
I'm just going to place a tree over here.
That's round 18. Four and 6.
I'll take number 6 and I will be completing another statue.
So I get the 4 and I complete 1 statue too. That brings us to the end of turn 19. That's turn 20 next. So a 6 and a 4. Obviously I take a 6 and I put 1 block of stone statue.
I'm going to take the 4 and I think start working on the stone statue here.
That's turn 20. So now let's turn, it's the end of age 2. We're going to reveal what the number of visitors on age 2 are. So that's 40 estimated visitors. Now we need to see, let's start with my son. So he's got 5 stone tiles into 40, which is 200. He's got 2 from the temple, which is 80, and 2 from the tree, which is 80. So that's a total of 360 visitors for him. Now he's got 2 stone statues, which he can cross off and he gets 8 prosperity points for those. Because the number of visitors that he has had are more than the stone statues he has, his shops do get visited. They remain in play, so actually just 1 shop that remains in play for the next round. So 40 for me, I have 2 stone tiles, so that's 2 and then twice that, so that's 4 times 40, which is 160 visitors. I have 2 stone statues, actually 3 stone statues which are completed. So I get 3 times that point, that's 12. So I got 12 prosperity points and I cross off 3 of these because they've catered to 30 visitors. And I had many more visitors than that. That means my shop do get catered to. So the shops don't disappear. We now begin age 3.
It's a 1 and 2 and I'm going to take 2 and complete my statue over here.
I have a 1 that I'll probably try to complete another shop. We're done with 21. A 6 and a 3. I'll go for the 6, try and complete 1 stone statue.
I'll take the 3. Think I'm gonna make another shop.
End of turn 22.
5 and 2. I'm gonna take 2. I'm going to start making another stone statue.
I'm left with 5, so I can take 2 5s, that's my bonus, but I'm just going to take 1. I'm just going to try and complete a shop, which is done. We finished turn 23. Roll for turn 24. It's a 1 and a 4. I'll go for a 4 and start building a stone statue.
I'll take the 1 and finish this here.
We're done with turn 24.
I'm gonna take number 4 and I'm gonna complete the statue.
Just gonna build another tree, plant another tree without taking number 5. 4 and 5. I'm gonna take a 4, try and complete a statue.
I'm left with number 5 and I'm gonna plant a tree.
Five and 6. Seems to be a lucky number today.
I'm gonna take 6 and I'm gonna make the stone statue.
I'll take 2 5s and now try and complete another shop. We're done with turn 27. 1 and 3, so 2 odd numbers. Odd numbers means, just to remind, it's only wood. So I'll look at another stone workshop, although I already have 1.
And I'm gonna make a stone workshop here.
That's turn 28 for us.
1 and 2. I'm gonna take the 1.
I'll take the 2. Build a stone statue. We're done with turn 29. This is the last turn of this age. So it's a 5 and a 5. Hey, lucky me. So I get 2 wood. Should I go for a shop? I think I'll go for a shop and I complete another shop.
I'm gonna take 5 and I'm gonna complete. I'm not gonna complete. I'm gonna start making a shop.
Okay, it's time to reveal what we get at the age 3. We have 50 visitors. So a little bit of math now. So that's 550 if my math serves me right. Visitors that he has. Now let's look at what gets catered to. He's got 3 stone statues this round which have not been cancelled out. So he gets 12 points for those, and he needs to cancel out the 3 that have been used. His shop is good because he's got more visitors than the number of shops, so his shop remains. Let's move on to me. I have 50 and I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 into 50, 300 visitors. Let me just write it down. And then I have just 2 new stone statues which cater to 20 visitors, so they are fine. And I have 30, 40, 50, 60 visitors catered to, so that means I'm good to keep all these shops. Let's move on to age 4 with my son rolling the dice. It's 2 and 4. He needs to pick 1 die now.
I'm gonna take number 2 and I'm gonna make a stone tile here.
So he takes a 2 and makes a stone tile. I got number 4, which is a stone statue. I'm going to complete one of the stone statues. We're done with turn 31. 32, it's 2 and 3. I'm going to go with start building another stone statue.
I'm left with 3 and I'm gonna take this to complete a shop.
Cross off turn 32.
3 and 1. I'm gonna take 1 and I'm gonna start making a shop.
I have the 3, which is an odd number. I'm going to start building a shop as well. Turn 33 ends. 6 and 2. I'll take a 6 for the stone to leave my son with not having an advantage there. He takes a 2 and he starts completing a stone tile. That's turn 34, pretty quick. 2 and 3. He's on his way to the water tank. Can he get there? I have 3, which is wood. I'm going to complete another shop. Turn 35 is done for us. We move to turn 36. It's 5 and 1. I will go with 5. So I get 2 of them. Son has completed his shop and we're done with turn 36. 2 6s for turn 37. So he's moving on that front. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start building a small temple at this stage. Might be a little bit too late, but I'm going to try. And we're done with turn 37. So 3 and 3. Oh, that's very bad for me. I'm going to take one of the 3s, try and complete the stone workshop. Done with turn 38. That's 5 and 1. Not very good. Both wood resources. Son decides to take which one?
5.
He takes 5, so he doesn't give me 5. I go with 1. I can build one part of this shop. We're done with turn 39. Finally, turn 40. It's 5 and 3. It's wood again. I'll go with just 3 and complete the shop. Okay, son just starts building a shop and we're done with turn 40. That's age 4. We have to reveal the number of visitors, which is 30. So we're scoring the final age. 30 is what the estimated number of visitors are. My son has 10 stone tiles, a small temple and 2 trees. So he gets a total of 480 visitors at this age. That's because he gets a multiplier of 16 on the whatever he has built within the temple compound. Based on that, he doesn't have any stone statues now, but everybody goes to the shops. So he gets 0 points for this particular age, but he'll carry forward the 5 points for the shops that he has built. And he's also got 3 points for the stone temple. So that gives him a total of 8 points in the prosperity for that age. For me, based on what I have within the stone compounds, I have 180 visitors. I have 2 stone statues, so I'll cancel them. They give me the 8 prosperity points for that. And I also get 6 prosperity points for the shops, which brings me up to 14. So the final scoring, my son gets a total of 36 points and I get a total of 42. So it's the first game that I've actually won with my son in this video series. So this was Temple Town. Thank you, Phalgun, for submitting your entry into this contest, your first ever entry into a game design contest, as you kindly told us. Thank you for watching this video.